good to see you.
I'm nervous.
Why?
Because I'm sitting backstage and I'm watching your interview. By the way, the Tara Reid stuff, I think that's the most genius television I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, I think that's part of the whole reality craze that the American audience is into.
But I'm sitting backstage and I felt like James Taylor watching Jimi Hendrix on stage. You know, like, oh my God, I have to follow this guy.
Oh, no, come on, no, not at all.
What do I know?
Would you like?
Can I see the book?
You can share a drunken Tara Reid story if you'd like.
The one thing I was thinking, though, Goombas don't hang out at pasties, do they?
Yeah,
I don't,
we do.
mojitos?
We do. Yeah, we do.
So now, you're still a vegan, right?
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as a Goomba that would be a vegan, probably.
I don't know.
What would happen if you took Moby home to, like, your Italian grandmother
Yeah, we'll fatten you up. We'll fatten you up, Moby. When you go, you look like me when you come out. Well, you live now. Where do you live? You live in on Prince Street.
I live in Little. Well, I live in Little Italy.
Well, I just moved.
Why don't you just give out the address, Stephen, while you're at it?
Yeah. Well, they're gonna come to his house.
Yes, they do. Yeah. They're crazy about this man.
Anybody comes to his house, you gotta answer to me.
Well, it used to be Little Italy until dirty yuppies like me moved in.
Down in Little Italy.
And now it's like dirty Yuppieville.
Yeah.
I was living on Hester. So
you should go to his restaurant, Stephen. He's got a fine food, Kiney's.
Oh, really?
I don't think there's anything on the menu that he could eat, though, probably.
We could make something. We could, like, take a vegan sandwich and deep fry it in water.
There you go.
Now
some gravy on it. It's
now
great.
you're talking.
Moby, because the last time you were here, you're having a hell of a week.
Everyone should buy his book.
Yeah, you can more than welcome to do that. Moby, last time he was here, had just been jumped outside his show.
Yeah.
You tell us you almost lost it, like died in a plane crash, and then you were staying at the hotel where Eminem was staying at. And
it's all correct, yeah.
Yeah. So how are things better now?
It's been an improvement since then, yeah.
Right.
That sucked.
Yeah, that did suck.
Oh, and I also got beer bottles thrown at me when I was playing a radio concert.
A radio? Which radio station?
I was playing a modern rock radio show, and in order to make the bill more diverse and eclectic, they put me on in between, like, The Unsane and Disturbed.
Not a good mix.
Or like Papa Roach, et cetera, and then so there's me in the middle playing, as you said, like soft music to hook up to. And
right.
the meatheads in the audience, not Goombas. Goombas have been respectful.
That's right.
Right.
This was like West Coast meatheads.
You killed it at Goomba Palooza this year. But normally if you were playing and you were sandwiched, if it went like, you know, Radiohead, Moby, you know, Chemical Brothers or Coldplay, it would have been nice.
That's fine.
But these kids were killing you.
Yeah, and I like heavy metal. I like loud, nasty music, but I wouldn't necessarily put me in between these bands.
I want to talk about your
album. I was dodging beer bottles in San Francisco in that week, too.
Right. Did you get hit by a beer bottle?
No, not hard.
Moby's new album is 18 B-sides, but you did produce a track on Britney Spears' new album, which might surprise a lot of people. Are you a fan of Britney Spears' music?
Yeah.
Can I hook you up to a test, and you can say that's
a loaded question. Because
I'm just surprised.
It's not just the music, it's the whole package.
You didn't have to do something like that. What attracted you to producing a track?
Well, in the course of my life, I produced a song for Ozzy Osbourne. I did remix and production for Metallica, for Aerosmith, for the Beastie Boys, for New Order, for lots of different people. So it's just sort of, I thought it was
all
like
really good music acts.
I thought it was an interesting thing to do. Right. And she came over to my house and she told me what she was looking for, which was like a sort of atmospheric, sexy track. And I thought I can do that.
Right.
And she was living right around the corner from me. She would give away her address too.
Yeah, please. And how did you find it working with Britney? Surprisingly cool? She know what she was doing? Yeah, and she's really, like, surprisingly down to earth, considering she's the most successful female entertainer alive today. Right. As far as I can tell. She was amazing. I think it's cool you did that, because when Hanson came out with that record, you guys know the three little cute girls, Hanson, don't you? Yeah. When they came out with that... The drummer in Hanson is one of the cutest women I've ever seen. Yes, very hot. In the new Maxim coming out, by the way. Oh, really? No, but seriously, when that album came out, people were, you know, in, like, the alt-rock crowd were giving, you know, something like Hanson a hard time. Like, the Dust Brothers produced Mbop. People, you know, people all of a sudden, oh, it's very cool. So it's cool that you did that. 18 B-Sides, your record, isn't... The B-sides portion of that, isn't that kind of cheating? Is that you just pulling off tracks that you didn't put on the record? I have a studio at home, and because I don't really have much of a social life, I spend most of my time just working on music. And for 18, the album, we could only fit 75 minutes of music on there, and I had about 150 songs. So the B-sides is just a way of putting on some songs that didn't make it onto the original record. Right. And you were doing, and it also comes with a DVD that which has a lot of footage on it. Yeah. Let me show, who's this character you were doing, the Juice Man? Well, when I go on tour, I have a lot of free time. You know, you're on tour and you're in a hotel room, you have nothing to do, so I bring a video camera. Have you ever seen Apocalypse Now? Yeah, of course. You know the opening scene, Apocalypse Now, where Martin Sheen loses in the hotel room? Yeah, yeah. And he's like, every day I'm in here. With the fan going. Every day I'm in here getting weaker, Charlie's out there getting stronger. Right. That's kind of like me in hotel rooms on tour. Except
rather than have Francis Ford Coppola document my breakdown, I document it myself.
Right.
With a cheap little video camera.
So these are sort of moments when you're just kind of losing your mind and you're sort of entertaining yourself with the most menial things around you.
So for this, I've never said this before. I'm going to set up this clip.
Go for it.
I've watched a million talk shows. They always say I'm going to set up the clip.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to set
You're
up
in the
my
club
clip.
now. Let's set it up.
Someone had put a juicer in my hotel room because it was on my rider. They didn't put any vegetables or fruit in there, so I just had a juicer, sort of like toothpaste juice. So I have the juicer, and I'm like, what can I do that's entertaining with the juicer? So I invented a character, Yevgeny the juicing man, except he's from a fictitious Eastern European country, so he knows nothing about health or juice.
Right. Okay.
So he decides he wants to sell juicers.
Okay.
And
that's what we're going to see. And this is a part of the DVD.
I assume that's what we're going to see.
That's on, that you get the CD, you get the DVD on 18 B-sides. Here's Moby, or I should say, what's his name again?
Yevgeny the Juice Man.
Yevgeny the Juice Man. Let's roll that down.
I'm Yevgeny the juicing guy, here to sell you the Yevgeny juicer. 320-watt motor. It goes faster or it goes slower. Best of all, you have an easy pour juice container. Without the easy pour juice container, the juice fall all over the floor, which is great for the sheep, but is terrible for you. Buy the juicer. For me, Yevgeny, Mr. Juicing Man guy, and you will be healthy like me.
Healthy is a relative term. Juicing results may vary. Mention Gypsy Slave and get a free fruit basket. Actual fruit may vary. No sheep were harmed to the making of this commercial.
Extra added bonus when they buy. There's a ton of comedy.
There's a lot of stupid stuff on there,
There's a lot of stupid stuff, some songs.
It's a perfect musical accompaniment for everyone who's going to go out and buy it.
All right, fantastic. So,
And you did this because you were bored in the afternoon?
I was losing my mind.
Hookers.
Oh, yeah.
Send them
all
hookers.
right.
You know,
Nothing 300 couldn't cure, Moby.
Moby,
I'm all in
seriously.
favor of getting hookers.
Moby,
Trust me.
seriously.
But-
Have you ever been with a hooker?
What's that?
Have you ever been with a hooker?
How do you define hooker?
Have you ever paid for sex?
There's so many ways an individual can pay for sex. You can pay with your dignity, you can pay with your soul, you can pay with your MasterCard if you're at the King Club in Zurich.
Yeah, exactly.
You can pay...
That'll be in your next album, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to pick up the albums out today. Congratulations, 18 B-sides. We've got Phantom Planet coming up. Don't forget, Stephen R. Schirripa, The Goomba's Book of Love is in bookstores now. We'll take a break, everybody. It's Moby, Stephen R. Schirripa, Phantom Planet right after this.